Hi guys, in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Currently we are on Season 1, Episode 3, War and Pizza. And just like in the last episode, we are gonna be checking out another 11 or should I say 12 minute long episode. And I'm hoping that this one is gonna be a little bit more entertaining, though I don't really expect it to be the case. It does seem like the shorter episodes of the show are probably gonna be the filler ones, which are just nonsensical bullshit happening, which at least looks good, but it's not really particularly plot heavy or interesting like that in any way. That is kind of disappointing because if it actually is like focused on the action and having like a plot, even if it's like more comedic, like if it's more like season like the first episode of this show, yeah, I kind of like it and I would kind of enjoy it. But it does seem like it's just more of like essentially Saturday morning cartoon nonsensical bullshit, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but just doesn't really fit with TMNT, and it's not particularly enjoyable for me. Like even the 1987 feels like it's more focused on being like at least having the semblance of being like an action show, even if it's not particularly good action, especially by modern standards. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we're gonna get some better episodes in this one or some of the other ones, because we gotta check out at least like 2 more episodes after this. But yeah, before we get into the reaction though, as usual, I do want to remind you that you can get a full-length version of these reactions over on my Patreon or Coffee account, where by subscribing at a specific tier I've created for it, you get access to all of my full-length reactions for cartoons. If you want to get actually all of my full-length reactions, like the ones for like the full live-action full-length reactions and the movie full-length reactions, you gotta go for a higher tier, because those videos take more time and effort to produce, so it just feels right for them to be a little bit more expensive, you know. But to be honest, if you go at that said higher tier, you will also get the cartoon full-length reactions, so yeah, it is kind of cost effective if you think about it, if you're interested in all of the full-length reactions that I do. But if you just want to watch the YouTube videos, that's also fine. I'm not trying to guilt trip you into supporting me or anything, or kind of spam you about it. I'm just letting you know what I offer, you know. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 3, War and Pizza. Hopefully it's gonna be more of a fun episode in 3, 2, 1.
I hope we aren't headed for another of your epic party fails, Party Captain O'Neill.
No way, sir. Tonight's
Are we gonna get a little bit more of a focus on April for this one?
Alberto's happy birthday song and cake.
You better, because this is your last chance.
Alright, kids, coming to the stage to sing happy birthday. Give a big wow to the cheese master of ceremonies, Alberto, and his fun.
I'll give you that. The voice for April is definitely pretty good. I'm just not sure how I feel about her being black. Because, like, I feel like I already talked about this, but, like, if you don't want people to be bothered by changes like this, or if you want to people to be okay with it, it's just better off to create a new character that fills the same role, but it's a new character. Like, if this was a different character that was filling the April spot, I wouldn't give a shit whether it's a black or a white person, because it doesn't matter. But, I don't know, it's just, with her being black, it kind of fundamentally shifts her character, in a way, and makes it not really feel like April. That's kind of why I'm bothered by race or gender swapping of characters.
Still hasn't gotten through the happy birthday song?
Am I on speaker?
Or cake, actually.
Or cake? Alberto's is the pizza place, right? We'll be right over.
Hey, you guys are in the middle of something.
Fix is in the house, swooping in.
Man, that was quick.
That was fast. Actually, I just needed Donnie.
Oh, we know. We just came for the free pizza. Blend in like you're a birthday robot.
Well, sure, he could just sing it, or he could dazzle.
I love that the octo arms were moving and doing like the jazz hands. That's funny.
And voila! Alberto 2.14.2. I upgraded my upgrade in the middle of the upgrade. Now to sync him to my remote.
That's Windows in a nutshell.
It's showtime. And now for a little guitar solo. You're welcome.
Check me out. I'm shredding this guitar like it's mozzarella.
Looking good, D.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hold on. No.
Uh-oh. 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 He's crashing.
Oh no. Oh, the battery. Oh, I knew I forgot to change something. I can't stop him.
Uh-oh. So now what's gonna happen? He's gonna come to life and become the Terminator? Wait, what?
And Alberto's have to them sleepy lives.
Kids and their phones, man. They already come out of the womb with their smartphones. Like, I have a nephew, he's like 4 years old, and I swear, ever since he was born, he's been constantly on his phone. And they used to say that my generation was fucking addicted to our phones. Even my parents are more on their phones than me, honestly. Now, on the internet in general, I definitely am more than them, but on my phone, I don't really stay on my phone that much. I only stay on my phone whenever I have nothing else to do. Basically when I'm not home and I'm waiting somewhere, or when I go to like the bathroom. No, I'm really curious to see how this April met the TMNT. Damn, she's really agile, I gotta say. And a bit of a badass.
It's go time.
Again, I don't...
Oh, you're so cute, but so mean. Why do I always go for your type?
Oh man, Donnie's really funny in this one. I guess Donnie loves them Sundares. Man, I really like the back of Raph's shell. It's spiky and I love that.
Not just a cake, my friend. We've also got a little song for you. Happy birthday to you.
A little unconventional way to defeat the villain, but pretty cool. Damn, April! And I thought the 2012 April was OP. Oh, I guess we're gonna see it again. Okay. Man, these episodes really fucking go quick. And like I've said before, it is, with me starting to do, like, live action TV shows that are like 40 minutes per episodes, and even movies, it already made like the 20 episode cartoons very feel like they're going very quickly and are very short. And now with Rise of TMNT's episodes being only like 12 minutes, it really makes it very short. And it feels like I didn't really even manage to react to it that much, but hopefully I managed to react to it enough to make a cool video for you guys. But yeah, this was actually a little bit of a better episode. Still not as entertaining as the first episode. I still think that one is the best, but I like this one more. I am definitely going to be honest though, I am a little struggling a little bit with both Rise of TMNT and 1987 in terms of enjoying them. Like, on the same level that I enjoyed reacting to TMNT 2003, TMNT 2012, especially once it got interesting, because the first season was a little hard for me to get through, but Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5 were fucking awesome. Generator X, Full Metal Alchemist, like those shows, even at their worst, they're still kind of entertaining, but for these two shows, Rise of TMNT and 1987, I've said before that the reason why I'm doing them is because I need the revenue that I would get from you guys watching these videos. And I don't mind seeing what these incarnations of TMNT are like, and there are aspects to be enjoyed about them that I do like. But I am definitely struggling, at least when it comes to reacting to more than one episode of each of these shows per day. I'm definitely not gonna be doing that going forward. I only needed to do that now because I need to be at least like a few episodes ahead, so I don't have to worry if one day I'm too busy so I can't record reactions in that day, or I can't edit reactions in that day. So I had to get ahead by a couple of episodes. So I've had to binge a couple of episodes of the 1987 TMNT yesterday, and now I'm today gonna be binging a couple of episodes of Rise. But I'm definitely not gonna be doing that again, because it is really too much of a chore, because there really isn't much that entertains me in terms of like plot. Like, there are aspects of it, like I've said, some characters are entertaining, some jokes are entertaining, some small plot elements are entertaining, but as a whole they are definitely not as good, in my opinion, as any of the other shows that I cover on the channel. And who knows, maybe at some point in the future I'll cover something shittier, but right now it does seem like these are the worst. But I kind of have to do them right now, you know? And like I said, I don't mind seeing what these versions of TMNT are like. But yeah, getting back to this episode, it definitely felt a little bit more entertaining. I'm not exactly sure why per se, because it was the same formula as last episode. Like, a new villain shows up, creates mayhem in this random plot for the episode. The turtles deal with it, done. Like, there isn't enough time for you to really delve into a plot that much. Like, you can't do that in 12 minutes. So I don't expect like a masterpiece of an episode or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of found the action in this episode a little bit better. I liked some of the jokes a little bit better. I think it's because in this episode it kind of focused on Donnie's more entertaining character traits a little bit, because for the last episode it was about him kind of being an asshole and wanting to change his brother's personalities and behaviors, whereas here he just wanted to help April, and he found an unconventional way to deal with the enemy, and that was pretty cool. And with him so far being probably the most entertaining character, in a way, with like the most funniest jokes, which, by the way, this episode also was a little bit funnier than the last one, because there's at least like 3 jokes in this episode that I actually really enjoyed. The joke when Raph said that they know that April was only asking for Donnie to come, they just came for the free pizza. Or when Donnie was smashing his head into the device controlling the robot, or when April came out of nowhere and destroyed the robot. Like, those are some really fun moments in this episode, more so than anything that we got in episode 2, but it's still not as good as episode 1, because that one, while being very comedic, had shit ton of really good action, and also just had an actual kind of plot going for it. And with these filler episodes, it doesn't really seem that there's much to it like that, you know? Like, so far, these 2 episodes that we've seen that are like the 12 minutes long ones really come off to me as some of those like shorts for the different cartoons that you might get on like Disney Channel, sometimes in between the ads or in between the different shows that you would be watching. Because I've seen that on Disney Channel, at least in my country, we've had that kind of stuff. And that's kind of how it comes off. It's done in a way where you can watch it without having seen previous episodes. Like, there's no continuity whatsoever. The 1987 TMNT so far has better continuity than this. But yeah, I don't know. It's better, but there's definitely some room for improvement. And it's not gonna be, I think, a while until we get an episode. Well, not really a while. I think literally episode 6 seems like it's going to be another 20-minute long episode. But we're actually specifically not gonna be checking out that episode today. We're only gonna be checking out episode 4 and episode 5 after I'm done with this video. Because that's how many episodes ahead I am for the 1987 TMNT, and I want to keep them kind of at the same point, you know? But yeah, overall, decent episode, but still the first episode of the show is definitely the best. But also, some of you guys have said that it takes until like episode 16 for the show to actually start to get kind of good. Even from the fans of the show, that's what you guys seem to be saying. So I'm gonna wait until we get there. And I'm just curious to see what episode 16 is. It's called Stuck on You. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it's anything specifically interesting, at least based on the title, but based on the thumbnail, episode 15 seems cool, so who knows, we might get some really cool stuff going forward. But yeah, in terms of a rating for this episode, I think I'm going to go with an 8.2 out of 10. And like I say for the ratings of the episodes of the 1987 TMNT, I am rating these show's episodes mostly in relation to this show. Like, I'm not comparing it to 2003 or 2012 TMNT, because otherwise I would have to give it like a 6.2 out of 10, genuinely. That's more like what it is in comparison to those. But on its own, it is kind of like an 8.2 out of 10. Episode 1, I would put at a 9 point, I don't know, maybe 4 at most. Episode 2, I would probably put at a 7.9 out of 10. But yeah, hopefully next episode is gonna be better. But anyway, I am curious to hear, and or should I say read, what do you guys think about this episode? So comment your thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, before we end this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Deadpool, August Dice, and Lido Uzi. Thank you guys for the support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. You have decided to support me and have continued to support me in such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you, because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things, like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that, because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything. And that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job, because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Coffee account, where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!